I'm gonna see how this works. Now, compound interest, we talked about that yesterday. That was A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. And then simple interest, not simple interest, but continuous interest. A is equal to P times E to the what? RT. Now, I don't think we did any of these. I think we might have done one with $10 million or $5,000 or whatever. But you just have to make the note. I don't know where she got these Sharpies, but I sure do like them. They got different colors. Yeah, mine, I've only got 10 or 12. Make a note that this one is different from this one. So I don't want you to do continuous interest problems and put in N, which is compounded, and T, and then go down here and say, that is very annoying. I can't look at my hand. If I look at my hand, I get uncoordinated because it's slow. And this is R and T, which is your rate. So if you take, and get your calculators out, if you have a, let's say you come into $1,000, or let's say $12,000. And you want to put it in the bank for 5 years in some kind of savings account, and they're going to pay you, well, let's go with something simple, 3% interest, which is still low, 3% interest. And for the compounded, it's compounded monthly. And I want you to calculate compounded. And I want you, that's supposed to be in there. And I want you to do continuous. I gotta work on this. I gotta get the zoom right. So just continue OUS. So y'all work on that. There's a zoom feature somewhere on here. That's not gonna work.
Oh my God. I just hurt.
Fill screen. What is this?
That's the light.
Ooh, turned everything orange.
Go to that next one.
MF.
Yeah, that's what I was saying the other day.
Well, I guess we'll just have to deal with what we got. I thought there was some kind of adjustment. No, turn that off. Oops. Okay. I guess I better leave that alone. I better not touch any of that stuff. All right, so somebody calculate compounded. They don't have the calculators on this one. Nope. Note, I need to do the calculators. I need to get the calculators in here. So what'd you get with compounded?
13,939.
13,939.
40 cents.
And 40 cents. Dang old, tell you what. And continuous, what did it come out to be?
13,942.
And
1 cent.
so you see, with compounded and continuous, it's not much of a difference between the two. And the banks pretty much say, I don't really care about that $3 or $4, since this is a whole lot easier to calculate than this. Okay, so that's continuous and compounded. Make sure you know how to do that one as well as simple. As we covered yesterday, simple is real simple. You let somebody, and I usually tell somebody, like I said in class the other day, friends, family, and neighbors, you let somebody borrow $8,000 at 10% simple interest, and you give them 5 years to pay on it, but you tell them you want monthly payments. Monthly payments. So, you could easily do the Walmart equation here.
Yep, 10% of 800.
But you have to do 2 steps because of the 5 years, but you have to do that anyway. So you could do 8,000 plus 8,000 times 0.10. Well, you know that 10% of 8,000 is what?
800.
So that'd be $8,800. Now, how many months are in 5 years?
60.
So you divide that by 60, and that'll give you your monthly payment.
It's all sixes.
I'm sorry, what?
146, 666,
146.67.
Yeah.
$147 a month to pay them back. And at the end of 5 years, you got that loan paid off. Now, those are the 3 things I test on. I test on simple interest, compound interest, and continuous interest. And like I say, you don't see that very much. You see the compound and the continuous. This you don't see very much too in the banks. Okay? Now that's a review of what we went over yesterday or the day before. Now, before I go on, I want to pull up our handy dandy. Let's see, what does it run better on? It runs better on Firefox. And I have to type everything in because it's not used to me. And what chapter we in 4?
Mm-hmm.
And that's 4.1 is the one that's insults. 4.2 I just went in. This should be savings, and I think it should be savings, IRAs and stuff like that. I want to show you the most important formulas in this section. God, it's amazing how you get used to a certain computer, and now you get to a new computer and you just not the same way. Let's see. Okay, there's one. Write it down. Take a picture of it if you have to, because you're going to be tested on it. Savings plan formula. Regular payments. In other words, if you make $100 payment every month for the next 50 years, what kind of money are you talking about at 50 years? I'll blow it up. Let's see. I need to blow it up here. The payment is $100 a month or whatever. I'm sorry, what? What'd you say?
I was just
They're
talking.
talking to each other.
Mr. Harville, quieten down, please. You're distracting everybody.
I haven't said a word all day.
Mr. Haskell, I'm sorry. The payment is what you pay per month. The N is the number of times its payment periods per year be 12. And Y would be, and that's supposed to be T, and APR is supposed to be R. So we're not going there. You can change it if you want to. But that's supposed to be 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power minus 1 over R over N. Now, if you wanted to change this and take N over R and multiply it up here, could you do that? Yes. So you could actually write this in a different way. You could say payment times all of this times N over R. I'm going to take a handy dandy snipping tool, if they have it on this computer. Hopefully that they all do. Oh, I can't bring it in on the, nope, I can't do that because I don't have my whiteboard. Note, I'm going to have to use,
Why can't you do that?
because I don't have the whiteboard on here. I'd have to bring it in word processor. I could do that, but then I couldn't write on it. I can't bring that in here. I'm going to have a whiteboard on here. Okay, I'm going to give you the problem, the example. You go ahead and do it. If I can find Firefox, and I need to write that down. That problem right there. Use the savings plan formula to calculate the balance after 6 months for an APR or R of 12% and monthly payments, that means N is 12, of $100. Now, again, 90% of this problem is not reading. 90% of this problem is not the math. 90% of this problem is if you know how to use what?
The formula.
Numbers.
Your calculator.
Oh.
90% of this is how to use the calculator. And I need to put one calculator. Two whiteboard software. You ready for number 3 whenever I get there? All right, A is equal to payment. Payment over 1 times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power minus 1, close brackets, multiplied by N over R. I don't care nothing about fractions, so I'm writing it as just one big continuous do-jigger. So if you're wondering, that's what mine looks like. So A is equal to the payment of $100 multiplied by 1 plus, what's the percent?
12.
0.12 over 12 raised to the 12 times, how many years?
Half. Was nothing.
Was it 6 months?
Yeah.
0.5. Make a note of that. -1. Good job. Over, let's see, that's n, which is 12 over 0.12. Now that's what it would look like if you're not using the complex fraction. If you're using the complex fraction, the 0.12 over 12 would be down here. I just brought it up and multiplied by the reciprocal. Now we still don't need the calculator yet because we still got some simplifying to do. A is equal to 100 over 1 plus 0.12 divided by 12 is 0.0 what? Okay, y'all should be able to do that because you're dividing 12 divided by 12 is 1. You got 2 decimal places. That's not a calculator problem. All right, this is not a calculator problem. What is half of 12?
6.
6, and that's -1. I messed up here. Okay, well, anyway. And multiplied by, now 12 divided by 0.12, you're going to have a 1, but you're also going to be what? 100. So, we still don't need a calculator. A is equal to 100 over 1. I'm going to bring this over here. And that'll be 100 over 1 again. Multiplied by, I think I can do this, 1 plus 1 cent, $1 plus 1 cent is $1.01, raised to the 6th power, -1. And now you can use your calculator to do 1.01 raised to the 6th power -1. You don't need a calculator to do 100 times 100 because 10 times 10 is 100. You count the zeros, right? So 100 times 100 is what? 1 and 4 zeros, right? Yes, Hubert. Appreciate the interaction. Now, what did y'all get right here? It's going to be a decimal, but
0.0615. I don't know how far you want to go back.
just dot, dot, dot. Leave it in the calculator. That's what dot, dot, dot means. Leave that in the calculator and multiply it by 10,000.
615.20.
600 is $615 and $615 and
20 cents.
so after 6 months he gained how much, or he or she gained
$15.
$15.
That don't seem like much.
No, it don't. But you're not supposed to do a savings account or an IRA. You're not supposed to leave it in there for 6 months.
Right.
You're supposed to leave it in there for like 100 years. Which can take us to an Andy Griffith episode. What's the Andy Griffith episode I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
When the old man was evicted out of his house?
Eviction.
Yeah.
Civil
And
War.
he,
And he had a bond to Mayberry. And it was.
they owed him money.
Yeah. And basically, that's the compound interest. And that's kind of funny because you can actually do the math and come up with the same number. Why is it that we can come up with the same answer as a piece of paper and that's not a big deal? But when we come up with the same answer as something on TV, that's a big deal. I don't know why we do that. We're weird. Maybe it's just me. Okay? Now, try doing something a little bit different. Let's say, I think he bought that one for $100, right? I think it was a $100 bond or something. But anyway, $100, and let's say you pay $100 a month, and let's change it a little bit, and let's say it's at 12%. And let's say that, let's make N is 12. And let's change the year, T, change it to 50 years. And all you're putting in is $100 a month. All right, crank it out. So A is equal to 100 over 1 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12 over 12 raised NT. 12 times 50 would be what?
600.
Is it 600 even? Yeah, 60. 12 times 5 is 60. So that'd be 600 minus 1, close brackets, and then 12 divided by 12 is 100. So we still got the 10,000 out front. But what's going to make a difference? That dang old 600th power is going to make a difference. Is equal to 10,000 multiplied by whatever y'all get in here. So take your calculator and take 1.01, raise it to the 600th power, and minus 1.
390.58 cents.
$390?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's all we made? Dadgum. $390.58. Well, that sucks.
That's not right.
There's no way that's right.
All she was saying was 390 was
right.
the bracket. That's what's 390.
You asked for that.
Okay, whatever. Times 10,000. I didn't think that was right. Now multiply it by 10,000.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it. 390.5833.
Yeah, it's 390 what? Let's see, let's just do it this,
3 million.
let's just do it this way. 39058 and
Three.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
There we go. 39 million, right? Or
No.
30, it was 3 million. Is it 3 million?
3,905.
Yeah, I skipped. There we go. There we go. 3,905,800. Now, what do you think, Miss Roebuck?
It's very good.
But what's the catch? Trying to keep a $100 payment in there for 50 years. That's the catch. Got to buy them lattes from the hippie shop, whatever it's called. But I guarantee you're learning something, aren't you? A lot of people don't even know anything about this. A lot of people don't even know about compound interest. Makes a difference. And these are what you're talking about. IRAs, savings plans, retirement plans. A lot of your insurance companies use this. Because insurance, what is insurance really? Huh? Well, it's not a joke, but it's a glorified what?
Savings plan.
It's a glorified savings plan / IRA / whatever. If you don't die or get hit by a bus, you pretty much come out on top when you 62, 63 years old and you cash it in, you can live off what you've been putting in. Kind of like a lot of people don't look at income tax like a savings account. But income tax can be a savings account. Come April, I get so many dollars back because of the way I do my taxes. And that way I never have to worry about being what? Audited. As long as you pay your fair share, you don't get audited. Or you don't get tapped. You know, you don't get wiretapped and what do you call it?
Hacked.
Hacked and all this other, us the damn Russians. All right, now that's the second type formula. Now, there's another formula in this section that they don't really do a good job in telling you about. They don't put it in a blue box. They don't, but you're supposed to know it. This is such a good book. Let's see if I can find it because it takes me a little bit to find the debt.
What are you looking for?
It's the one that tells you the payment. They derive it, but when they derive it, they don't put in a little box at the end what the answer is.
What are we in? 4 point what?
I guess we're in 4C.
4C.
Yeah,
Is it the return?
Yeah, that's tough.
here it is, right here. They start with deriving it, And on the next page, I think on 221, they go through and they derive it. And there it is. See, that's what gets me. They don't put this in a blue box. They just, here it is, and you're supposed to put a box around it. Do you see what I mean? They just, you need to know this formula. The question they're going to ask you is they're going to ask you, you want to have $50,000 in your retirement by the time you get to be 25 years old or 25 years from now. What's the payment that you need, a monthly payment you need to get $50,000 in there? And that's what this is. So you need to write that down. And that's payment is equal to A times, and then in big braces, it's just flipped. APR, or R, over N divided by 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power minus 1. So you can see it's a derivation of what we were just doing. Now, you want to have $100,000 at the end of 18 years at R is equal to 0.3% and monthly. Monthly payments. So you take that information and you plug it in. 100,000 multiplied by 0.03 over 12 divided by 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12 raised to the NT, which would be 12 times 18. Somebody do that for me.
216.
Thank you. 216 minus 1. Now, if I had a calculator, which I got to get that put in here, this is the way you would do it. You would type in, now, please, let me borrow your calculator. Some of you notice the STO button down there, and that's not where you go buy bread. It's called STO because it's store, S-T-O-R. Now this is the way you can use that. You would type in 0.03.
Why don't you put the calculator?
Duh. Didn't think about that. 0.03. I'm not used to using this. 0.03 divided by 12. Enter. And then you hit STO. And then you say alpha, which is the alpha turns on your alphabetic letters. And I'm going to say N for numerator. Equals. All right, so right now, when you type in N, it's going to remember that 0.0025. Now I'm going to do the denominator. Clear. And I'm going to say 0.03. I'm going to try to, let's see. 0.03 divided by 12. And then what am I going to do? Add it to what? Add it to 1. And then raise that to the what? 216th power. Enter. And then minus what?
1.
Minus 1. And now I'm going to STO. We buy bread. Alpha D denominator. Enter. And now I just take clear alpha numerator divided by alpha denominator, and that's equal to what? And then you multiply by 10,000. What is it? 100,000? Sorry. 100,000 And that's equal to your monthly payment. Dang old $350 a month. So your payment, do not look, Hubert, do not look at that. Payment is equal to, it's amazing. I'm writing fine. As soon as I start looking at it, it starts going all crazy. Payment is equal to $350. Because I don't think anybody in here is going to say, oh, I need to write my check for $349.27. I think most of us would say $350 if we had $350 to put in a retirement. I don't think we would be splurging. I don't think we would be cutting pennies to 27 cents. Anyway, so that's the difference between the 2 and 4.C, whatever they call it. You've got two formulas. You've got this formula, and then you got the other formula, which is how much you will have at the end of so many years. So 4.C, that's so stupid, is all about what? Savings. So if 4.C is all about savings, then 4.D is all about making you sick. Which is what?
Spending.
And you know that feeling whenever you buy a car or whenever you buy a house or a large piece of equipment like a bulldozer. You go home and after you look at it and say, I bought it, you go home and say,
play on it.
I really don't think I needed that. I think I'm going to it. Why do you say that? Because you got that what?
Payment.
That payment coming. It's called amortization. And it is a dirty word.
Very.
It will make you sick. And we're fixing to do that right now. Make everybody sick.
Unless they don't have monthly payments on anything.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we're going to get into investments a little bit. I want to get the reason I'm going over these formulas first is because the first thing students do is they get all what? Confused about all these formulas. I'm trying to get to 4D.
Page 236.
Well, I'm there now.
Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, it starts at the bottom of the page. I think that is so stupid. Yeah, there we go. The three things that people get sick over: loan payments, credit cards, and mortgages. And they should have a nice little formula in a box. There it is. Now, there's only one thing different that I do with this formula. I don't like the negative exponent. So what I do is I switch that and I write payment is equal to P times R over N, and then I flip the bottom 1 minus, and I put 1 over 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. I'll show you that in just a second. And that's just my own personal preference. There we go. That's a R. So you go buy a car. You want to go buy a car. And you know these car salesmen, they're all out looking for you, right? So you decide, okay, I'm going to buy me a new car. I'm getting tired of used cars. I'm going to buy me a car, and it's going to have a warranty on it, and I got to make monthly payments. But you buy a car, and it's a semi-inexpensive / nice car, so it's $25,000. And of course, you don't have a check for $25,000, so you're going to have to make payments. And they're going to say, okay, has anybody bought a car lately? What's the going rate on a car? Anybody know?
Depends.
They say 0% financing.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Is it like 3% right now or what?
We'll go with that.
Okay. Let's say that they say 3%. And of course, monthly payments, so N is equal to 12. And then they say, we're going to try to get this payment as low as we can for you. So we're going to go for 60 months, which is what?
5 years.
5 years. Because we care about you. Run it through there. See what you get. The first painful part of real reality.
Do I have to do this since I've already been through it?
Yeah, everybody has to go through it again, yeah.
I've already been there, done that, still doing that.
Wait till we get to the credit cards at 21%.
Mm.
Loan shark. You got comfortable chairs, so you got to put up with the noise.
What are they doing now?
That's,
Why?
That's people use
They
the.
don't use this facility.
No, that's the staff.
What the hell are they doing? Is it a shop?
What are you talking about?
Sound like a drill.
It was the
The
towel.
towel thing.
Oh, I thought it was like a damn drill or something.
Oh, I thought you were.
I was like, what? No.
So that's going to be 25,000 times 0.03 over 12 over 1 minus 1 over 1 plus 0.03 over 12 raised to the NT power, which is 60. Oh, that movie that I watched the other night was called The Faith of Anna Kraft. And it was scary. Huh?
No, I was wondering what you said, the faith of.
Faith of Anna Kraft. Anna Kraft was the aunt of the girl that was possessed. It was a good movie.
Why don't you just watch The Exorcist?
I do. I've watched The Exorcist like 5
Did you watch
times.
the show?
The show?
There was a show on. It last fall or whatever. It was on NBC, and it was yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I got through about the 5th episode. I was like, you know what? I tried my luck on that one. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't watch NBC.
Sorry, forgot.
I don't watch local news either. Local news, all they're into doing is scaring people to death, so that's why I don't watch it.
Well, that's what Facebook does half the time too.
That's where I get my news, Facebook.
That's a reliable source.
It
right
is.
there. That's reliable.
And Twitter. Right, Mr. Haskell? Harvell, sorry. Haskell Harvell. I know his name. I've had him before classes, but I want to call him Mr. Haskell. So I just call him Mr. Haskell. Okay, so you're going to have to use your stow button. So somebody tell me what the numerator comes out to be. That's the 25,000 times 0.03 times 12. I'm just going to write the numerator and then the denominator. So what's this part come out to be?
I think.
Total?
Six-
Go ahead.
I got 62.5, but I don't know.
You got that? Everybody got that? Okay, 62.5. Okay, now the bottom you're going to have to do in order. You're going to have to do 0.03 divided by 12 plus 1. Raise it to the 60th power. And then say 1 divided by second, enter. And that'll take the last answer. And then, let me just show you. I think I better show you. Can I borrow your calculator again? It's better if I show you.
I'm not buying this car.
You what?
I'm not buying this
Why
car.
not?
This car is staying on the lot.
Oh, no. Listen. Is that payment too high? Okay, I'll take it out to 7 years. How about that for you? I love you, and I'll take it out to 7 years. Yeah, we're going to take it out to 7 years. That's what we're going to do next, because we love you. And you seen that commercial where they do this? Have y'all seen that?
Heart. I heart you.
Yeah, it's a used car commercial, and the guy and the woman are sitting there and they're going, "Oh my gosh, you met our payment."
Oh, wow.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, all he needs is a couple of gold necklaces around his neck. All right, 0.03 divided by 12 times 25,000. And I'm going to stow that. Alpha. Oops. I hope it don't mess up. Alpha D, or N. It's hard to see this thing at an angle. All right. Now I'm going to do the bottom. Now watch how I do the bottom, because that's where the rubber meets the road. Is if you can do this problem on the calculator, the least steps, the better. So you do 0.03 divided by 12. And that's that. Y'all can see it better than I can. I can see it better
Why do
now.
you keep looking at it?
I know. I can see it up there. I can't see it down here. All right. And plus 1. And raise that to the 60th power. And that may be pretty easy for y'all, because that's the bottom. But now it's where it gets kind of tricky. Take 1, divide it by second function. Let's answer the negative key right down here. See that A and S right there? That means the last answer that you had. And hit enter. And then 1 minus second answer. And that's the denominator. So stow, alpha, denominator. And now I take the, now can y'all see that? Put it up.
No, go down.
Now I'm going to take alpha N and divide by alpha D. And that's going to give me my monthly payment of $450. Now, let's take that $450 and let's make everybody sick. Let's do the $450. $450. And how much? Dadgum, what happened?
You stop moving it.
Well, I got to move it if y'all
No.
going to see all the whole page.
It's that
Color.
color marker.
You picked,
Oh.
you picked up the.
Okay, thank you. All right, 450. Oh, there it goes again.
It'll, yeah.
Oh, it's the lighting.
Yeah, you keep moving it around.
Well, it's trying to focus on your hand, and then it focuses on the paper, and it just keeps going
Yeah.
back and forth.
Just.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that too.
What? That's just moving it.
Once you write with a darker color, it'll be better.
See?
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. $450. And how many months we paying for this car?
60.
Miss Roebuck, what does that come out to be?
A lot. 27,000.
You're paying $2,000.
$27,000?
You're paying $2,000.
Now let's. I love you, and I don't want you to have to pay that $350 because I really care about you. So we're going to extend it to 8 years instead of 7. Okay? So I want y'all to figure it for 8 years. Because I love you. Right, Mr. Harvell?
Right.
We love each other, and we just want to. We don't want to make any money off of you. We just want to get you in that car.
When people are being nice to you,
That's when they're breaking it off.
look out.
Yep. Knife. I have to say knife because some people are perverts. Knife, stab you in the back, break it off. That's what that means. Some of y'all. I'm offended. You offended because you got a dirty ass mind.
Well, what were you going to say?
I said break it off. That's all I said. Knife. That's where that term comes from. Some people are just perverts.
Were you on Twitter at all last night?
No, I had a bad day yesterday. I came home and I went to bed. I didn't my son was in a bad mood.
I
He
think
got-
we were all in a bad.
He got shocked by the electric fence because we were feeding in the dark. The cows got out. We just went home and I went to bed. Period.
Well, there was a Black Ops guy on last night.
Oh, what'd he say?
Basically that CIA in this country is totally decimated.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Guess whose intelligence organizations are covering for us?
Russia. I don't know.
Israel.
Oh, yeah, Israel, yeah.
Israel's feeding Trump everything.
Oh, yeah. That's how he knows about the taps.
He knows more about the CIA than they know about
Uh-huh.
themselves.
And I think that's a great thing
It is.
because I trust Israel before I trust some of the people in D.C.
Well, as far as the Mossad, as far as intelligence goes,
Mm-hmm.
nothing beats it
Oh, yeah. They got the best intelligence as well as the best fighter pilots.
because they have no choice.
Yeah, that's the way they survive. All right. So, what'd you come out with on the 8-year plan?
Working on it.
Okay. Just tell me the monthly payment. What's 8 times 12? 96. Yeah, we gonna spread that out for her because we love her.
Okay. 293.
So $294 a month
Yeah.
because we love you. Now take $294 and multiply it by 96.
Get 28,224.
We love you.
So why can't you just? I mean, instead of going through all those steps, since you just extended the years. I mean, yeah, I get for the payment, yeah, you got to go through all that, but as far as you won't really have.
Now, what's the catch? The catch is a car's life expectancy is what? That's the catch. See, the banks and the actuators and the people that are writing up the contract, this salesman, he has no clue what's going on. The people that behind him that writes the contract up, they're the ones that have to look at the tables, and they're the ones that have to see for your $25,000 car, it's only going to last 6 years. So do you think they want you paying on it for 6 years, or they want you paying on it for 8 years? They want you paying on it for 6 or less. Because after 4 years, guess what? That car is yours, and anything that happens to it is your responsibility. And if it's under a warranty, then after you are paying on it, after you've made the payments, guess what? That warranty is gone. So, but if it's a used car, the warranty is not there. So they want you to pay, they try to make that payment fit in to your schedule and to your benefit, but they're also tacking on another $1,200 of money at the end of the year or the end of the term. There is a saying that I've raised both of my children on. Nothing's what?
Free.
Nothing's free. Nothing.
And it actually gets more evil than that.
Oh yeah.
They know people will not, cars will be repossessed.
Yeah.
They make hundreds of millions, thousands of
On repossessed cars.
off of a single car.
Yeah. It's kind of like the bank. They make money off a car 3 different ways if it follows their plan. And you think, you hear about racial profiling on news, buddy, the car people, they have it down pat.
Yeah.
They know if you're white trash or if you're this or if you're that or if you're this, boy, they'll jump on you in a heartbeat.
Did you see? Well, now Wells Fargo is trying to. Yeah,
What?
I wish they just. They
I
were.
saw that on Facebook.
Okay. Well, one scandal was they were opening fake accounts. And basically charging people, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were charging people for
opening the account.
Yeah, for opening the account, but it wasn't like they were baiting people to get money. And then the other thing was they were racially profiling and were giving like certain classes of people higher interest rates. So now they're trying to get good publicity, and they're saying that over the next maybe 10 years,
10 years.
they're going to give $60 million in home loans to African Americans to try to cover for what they were doing. So
And Wells Fargo used to be the standard.
yeah, like
They were the
a
bank
great-
before all banks. So, now, what about a house? Let's talk about a house. If that didn't make you sick, let's talk about buying a house. So let's say you bought a house for $125,000 and you're financing it for 30 years. And I just refinanced my house when my divorce was final. I refinanced it 4% even. So the interest rates are going up right now. So anybody know what they are right now? We'll just say 5%.
30 years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just say 5%. And 30 years, and you will make monthly payments. And then after we do there's an H missing there. After we do the house and make you sick there, then we'll do the credit card, and then all of you will leave depressed.
Not really.
Was
Especially when you pay 21% for that stereo. You pay like $5,000 for a $2,000 stereo. What?
This one was silly because repossessions are a big thing too.
Yep.
And look at 3 years down the road and a repossession and how much money you have actually paid for your house.
Mm-hmm.
You have lost your house and all your money.
Yep. And you still got to pay it.
Yeah, right.
Or when you go into the bank and they look at your income and they say, oh, you can afford a $400,000 house.
Now that was the big thing they were doing back in 2008.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, we can't discriminate against loans. We have to treat everybody the same. So Bubba walks in. Bubba ain't got no education. He works for blah, blah, blah incorporated, making $6, $7 an hour, and they tell him he can afford a $125,000 house. Well, Bubba likes to drink his beer, and he got to get his Marlboro Reds, and eventually he finds out he can't make what?
Payments.
The payments. But they can't discriminate. So they go ahead and foreclose on him, and Bubba's out, and that's what happened not just to Bubba, it happened to a lot of the people that they were giving loans to that couldn't afford them because of political correctness and don't want to offend nobody.
You're actually better off living in a tent and then saving,
You're better off living in a van down by the river.
saving your money and then buying your house.
Yes.
You will come out
Yep.
10 times.
Just buy you a shack.
I'll tell you something interesting that you would not believe. So we have this old guy that delivers Domino's. I'm sure you've seen him. Like he's like the oldest person we have there. He has white hair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Randy. Randy is the single smartest person I've ever met in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to him. He lives at the campground. He has lived at campground the whole 10 years he has worked at Domino's. Do you know man, I don't even talk about it. He's got several bank accounts and they
Oh,
are
yeah.
as full as they can get. And he literally told me, he said, I'm going to buy my log cabin and I'm retired. So he's fixing to retire in like 2 months, and that's what he's doing.
He's one of those people that's kept his money in a jar. And that's what a lot of people do now.
He used to work in the oil rigs in Saudi Arabia in the military.
Oh, he made tax-free money and put it all in a jar probably. But a lot of people are finding that out, that sometimes it's better. I saw a guy yesterday at a restaurant in Anderson, and he pulled out, he was paying for his money, he was paying for his meal, and it was like $5, and he pulled out, and this guy didn't look, of course, rich people don't look rich, and he pulled out a wad to choke a horse. I mean, and they wasn't the $1 bills. They were 20s and 50s and 100s. But what he does, he keeps his money to himself, and he keeps it out of the banks, and he keeps it out of and I guarantee you he owns his own car. He probably don't make a payment on it. That's the real rich people. That's the people that, like I said, I used to know a man in Star. He drove a brown Cadillac on the weekend. He never did drive, drove a beat up car during the week. And he was a poker man. He liked to play poker. And he was worth a lot. He was worth a lot of money. But looking at him, you wouldn't give him a peanut butter sandwich because you wouldn't think he had a pot to pee in. All right, somebody come up with a payment. There's 2 or 3 things you don't have to advertise. One is your pocketbook, and the other is your Bible.
Here's your what?
Bible.
I thought you said your fiber. I was like, what?
Golly.
You'll get over it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
$671.03.
Okay, $672. Now, Miss Roebuck, take that $672 payment and multiply it by how many? 30 times 12 is 360. 360 payments. Oh, calculator, don't make me steep.
Oh my God.
How much is it?
It's $241,000 and 900. No, wait. Yeah, you get 920.
920. So you paid $242,000 for that house.
Basically, you doubled.
Yep. Now, how is the way around this? Pay more per month or knock that 30 year down to what? 15 year. And that way you ain't paying all your money in interest. Shall we keep going? That's why they did the savings first. They're trying to say, okay, y'all are trying to learn here. Save. Do like I did. Live in a mobile home for 10 years. That's what I did. All right. And I'm still in the poorhouse. You got a credit card payment. Let's say that you owe $3,500 on a credit card. And Miss Roebuck, she's shaking her head.
I'm like, why did you put that much on your credit card?
Well, hey, I know people that's got $100,000 credit card debt. And that's just on one credit card. They have other credit cards too.
That would make me I'd have a heart attack.
Just wait till you get older.
Yeah.
Wait till you get older.
$3,500, and let's say it's moderately 17%.
Moderately.
Yeah, because a lot of your scam credit cards, they like 0%, and as soon as you put that stereo on, it goes up to 21%. That's one of them scams. I always tell students to go with the bank on your credit card. Ask the bank. The bank will give you an application. It'll go to a legitimate, because I think some of these other ones are scams. Some you get in the mail, throw them away. I even got a little garbage can in my truck, one of those little garbage cans. My son, he'll get the mail, and he'll say, garbage. Daddy, this is mail. I've got him trained. Okay, so he'll throw them away when he gets older. All right, so 17% monthly payment.
Monthly.
MONTHL. There we go. Monthly payment. And you're going to pay it off, let's say, in 5 years.
Except you don't keep using it.
Well, yeah. Well, they done closed it out on you. You suck.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they done closed it out. Credit line's closed. You
Close
suck.
it out.
Yeah, they do. They freeze you.
Yeah, until you make a payment.
Oh, no, they don't freeze you. That's the catch. What they do is they leave it open.
Yep.
And then you go over the limit. That's another $30. And then you don't make a payment, $30.
Right.
And then if you're late, there's another $30.
Each month. They add it.
It's very possible for this $3,500 to get to $5,000 in no time just because of the interest and the late fee. These are scams. That's why you ask your bank. Say, look, I want a credit card for emergencies. Who do I go with? And they'll give you an application and you fill it out and you get a credit card. You put it in the back of your wallet and you use it only when the tires are blown out or you blow an engine or you can't get a hotel room and you got to go 15 miles to get a different hotel room or something emergency. You use it. All right, y'all come up with a payment yet?
I think it's $49.58.
Does everybody come out with $50? All right, now multiply 50 times 60.
$3,000.
How much?
3.
Okay, that can't be right.
50 times 60 is 3,000
That can't be right.
50.
times 60.
Yeah, that's not right. Because you got $3,500 to pay off. Should be more than that.
Back to the drawing board.
I came up with $86.
That sounds better. Multiply $87 times 60.
52.20.
There you go.
Okay.
52.20, $5,300. So for that card, if you pay it off in 5 years and you don't use it, you're talking about $5,300 for borrowing $3,500. You've got to be careful. Why these 3-4 sections are not taught in high school, I don't know.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Oh, I know why too.
Because you got teenagers. You got teenagers in there.
And you want to keep them stupid.
Yeah, no, and you want them to dream, and God forbid you try to shatter their.
Oh yeah. Because everybody's supposed to get a trophy.
I'm dealing with one right now, and I want to smack the shit out of it.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit
Yeah.
into some stuff there, issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me stop the.
Trying to prepare them for the real world.
Oh no, you're supposed to give them a trophy.